someday we will either, back out of the business when we're, in our rocking chair days. We'll back out of the business, keep the real estate as investments, which is pretty much passive at that point. Or we'll just pass the businesses on to our kids if they're interested. And then they'll be we can mentor them through the process, and they will be our tenants. And when we're someday gone, then they will inherit the buildings, and it will just create this multi-family or multi-generational business model. If they're interested, we're not ones to pressure them or focus on that. Yeah. But they know that opportunity is there if they want to go take it, but they also know we're not going to give it to them. Like, that's not in my future. Nothing was given to me and nothing's going to be given to you. Till I'm gone.
That's right.
And so now I take like this step back and kind of have this like 30,000 foot view of what I've created, but the opportunity I have over the next 20 or 30 years, which includes continuing to grow the business, continuing to diversify the business in different ways. My 21-year-old daughter works full-time in the business now, and I don't know if she always will, but she does right now. And that's really exciting to see where she grows as she matures. And my 12-year-old is already talking about he wants to run the whole empire. And so right. we'll see how that works out. I don't know if it'll be a fight, but we'll make it work. But that's a whole new level of just like love, like just loving what I do, knowing that whether that happens or not, that I put my family in a position where that could happen.
Yeah, I think that's
so.
Cool.
The future is pretty exciting for us.
One of the things, just a little side note, one of the things I did with my son is I told him, hey, if you save up your money and you buy a little like bubblegum machine or whatever, you can put it in the store and I'll teach you how to run that like a business. He's 8 right now. And so he has Noah's, he saved his money. And actually the story is really sad. He saved his money. My buddy made him like a cool little stand for it. We bolted it into the ground. We did a little like ceremony for him. And that night, some guy came in high on something and literally just ripped it out. And same night, and took it. So that was his first foray into business.
Oh my goodness. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know. But it's good because that again, those are lessons that he's learning. And one of the things I want to do is, whether he ends up taking over our laundromats or whatever, I don't know, we're a long time from that, hopefully, but trying to just teach him, here's how business works. If you want to go into business for yourself, doing laundromats or anything else, here's how you manage your finance. You don't just get all this money from your bubblegum machine and get to spend it all, because you got to buy inventory and you want to have money to reinvest and all this stuff. So it's been It's funny that you tell that story, because I have a similar one. I don't know if we have time for it, but I'll make it real quick. So my daughter, when we got into the business, I had the exact same mindset. I was like, I want my kids to learn that there's nothing wrong with having a job and working for an employer, but I also want them to know there's more than one way to make a living. And if it's for them, that's fine, but I want them to get the lesson in life. And so my daughter, who is not an entrepreneur by nature at all, she will tell you that. She was probably 10 or 12 maybe at the time. And I basically said, she had some savings. And I said, this is what we're going to do. And I basically told her she was going to do it. And we bought a sticker machine that vends the little kid stickers. Yeah.
And so she used her savings, bought a sticker machine. She ended up taking that one and buying a second one. And my current 12-year-old, who is mini me, like born entrepreneur, when he was 5, he calls her TT. And when she was 5, he heard us talking one day that she had made $100 the previous month off of her sticker machine. He's always been one to nose into everything. And he looked at us at 5 years old and he said, well, I want to own a sticker machine. And I said, well, we actually just bought a third laundromat. If you save up the money, then you can buy a sticker machine and you can put it in our third store. And that little boy for 3.5 years saved every penny he could find. Birthday money, he would be out shoveling driveways when it was 9 degrees out. He's 6 and saving the money, and he would sell things that he didn't want anymore. And, the machine was $400 and the inventory was about $200.
Yeah.
So it was about a $600 investment for a 5-year-old. I mean, that's like $1 million.
That is like $1 million.
Long story short, my daughter was successful. She got the lesson. When she went off to college, my son had bought his first machine, and had just saved up for his second machine. And so he bought her 2 locations from her.
That's awesome.
So at this point, he's probably 9, and he has 3 sticker machines in 3 stores, but we've just acquired a 4th store. So he takes the revenue from the 3, puts a sticker machine in the 4th, and about 6 to 8 months ago, he took the revenue from all 4 of those sticker machines and bought a claw machine that he's now put in our store. And so me and my wife joke all the time that we're like, he's going to be like the only 16-year-old pulling into school like in a BMW.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, look what mommy and daddy bought you. And we'll be like, no, he actually paid cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I joke with people all the time. All 3 of my kids are very smart, capable of anything they want. But he is 100% entrepreneur. Yeah. And that lesson, with her, I kind of had to encourage and push her into that lesson. With him, he drug me into it. And so it's been fascinating to see
cool.
Him get that message. And he has a little brother that isn't an entrepreneur probably, but he listens and he hears and he learns.
Yeah.
And so we'll see where that goes with our kids and how that works out in life. But for me, it's all about the lesson. That's what it is. So that's awesome to hear that somebody else is doing that.
Oh,
Usually I tell people that story and they're like, wow, that's fantastic. I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah.
And I think you're the first one that's been like, yeah, I'm basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking that it got broken into, but like you said, there's also kind of a lesson in that. So
yeah.
You had to be curious.
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't seen that guy since, and it's probably a good thing. But what I ended up doing, so we had some conversations about that, and it was good. He was sad, obviously, but what I ended up doing was saying, I'm going to buy another gumball machine for you, but you still have to pay for it. So I ended up getting an opportunity to teach him about how to use a loan to buy an asset like you did, and to do it in a wise way. And I said, you'll just give me a little bit every month from what your gumball machine makes until it's paid off, and then it'll go. So and I make them do a split. I make them pay me to have his gumball machine like all the other vendors that we have in our stores. But I'm just saving that, and it'll probably go to school or whatever later.
That's fantastic. Good for you.
Pretty cool though.